So later on, I will check the attendance after the class. So we have here the scope of your microbiology. So we'll first define what is microbiology. So during our orientation, I asked you what are your expectations regarding microbiology, and you have also given the simplest definition of the microorganisms. So it simply means when we say microbiology, from the word microbiology, micro means microorganisms, biology means life. So it is the study of microorganisms, simply the study of microorganisms, yung microbiology. Okay? And these microorganisms or an organism usually exists. So nag-exist yung mga organisms as a single cell or cell cluster. So it's either prokaryotic cell or eukaryotic cell. And these microorganisms are too small wherein we cannot see with our naked eye. So we are going to use the aid of microscope. So kailangan natin ng microscope in order to visualize the different microorganisms. Now we have the word exist. So the meaning for that in the Webster Dictionary, meaning to continue to be, have life. Okay, so exist meaning organisms have life. Now we have here the different hallmarks of life. So when we say hallmarks of life, ano ibig sabihin yan? It simply means the characteristics of living organisms. So we have here five, but we have additional characteristics of living organisms. So when we say living organisms, they are differentiated with your non-living matter. So among the living organisms are the different, we have living organisms. Example, we have your bacteria, protozoa. So it belongs to the living things. Aside from that, you have also archaea or fungi. Okay. Now, the number one hallmarks of life, meaning the characteristics of living organisms, you have to add there cellular organisms, cellular organization. Okay? So, paki-add, wala dyan sa PowerPoint. So, pag sinabing cellular organization, that all living organisms are composed of one or more cells. Okay? So, lahat ng microorganisms or organisms, they are composed of one or more cells. Except for what? We have your virus. Why? Because the viruses, they lack cellular structure. That is why viruses are considered as cellular. They do not belong to the cellular part. Why? Because they do not have the cellular structure. Okay, next, you have there in your PowerPoint, you have metabolism. So we have there nutrient uptake, biomass, or waste output. So in other words, when we say metabolism, there is the ability to carry out biochemical reactions. Biochemical reactions. So they undergo biochemical reactions or they carry out biochemical reactions. An example for that is energy production as well as biosynthesis. Another one, it's not in your PowerPoint. You have homeostasis. Homeostasis. So from the word homeostasis, there is what you call regulation of internal conditions to maintain stability. Regulation of internal conditions to maintain stability. So being stable. The next one, wala din dyan, we have growth and development. Growth and development. So under growth and development, it simply means there is an increase in size, number of cells. So mag-i-increase in size and number of cells. Okay. The next one, you have reproduction. So, meron na tayong reproduction dyan. Organisms, they have the ability to produce offspring. So all organisms have the ability to produce offspring. They undergo these two reproduction. We have asexual, and that is under your binary fission, and also sexual reproduction. Next, genetic material. So that is genetic material. It simply means heredity. So the presence of your DNA or RNA that is for storing and transmitting genetic information. The next one, response to stimuli. Response to stimuli. There is now all microorganisms or organisms have the ability to sense and react to environmental changes. Sense and react to environmental changes. The next one is evolution or adaptation. And adaptation and evolution. Meaning, population evolve over time through genetic variations and natural selection. I repeat, adaptation and evolution. Populations evolved over time through genetic variations and natural selection. Okay. Now, we have another additional hallmarks of life. You have their differentiation and communication. So differentiation meaning sa microbiology, it means ability of a microbial cell to change into a different form or cell type in response to environmental conditions. I will repeat, ability of a microbial cell to change into a different form or cell type in response to environmental conditions. So, nakukuha nyo? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes. So, yun ang definition natin ng differentiation. Now, when we say change in a different form or cell type, anong nangyayari dyan? It involves changes in structural and functional. So, mag-change ang structural and functional pati sa mga cells. The next one. So, example, di ba nandyan is Bacillus species. So, in Bacillus species, there is now what you call changes. Wherein, there is now the formation of endospore. So, may mga formation ng endospore. Okay, next, communication. Communication, meaning ability of microbial cell. It is the ability of microbial cell to send, receive, and respond to signals from other cells. Repeat. Communication meaning ability of microbial cells to send, receive, and respond to signals from other cells. So in other words, ang mga microbes or microorganisms, they use chemical signals to coordinate activities. They use chemical signals to coordinate activities. Okay. So those are the following hallmarks of life, meaning characteristics of living things or living organisms. Okay, do you have any questions up to that point with regards to the different hallmarks of life? So, pag yung virus, di ba sabi natin ang virus, wala siyang cellular structure. So, instead of hallmarks of life, the virus now is described as, or viruses are described as, at the edge of life. at the edge of life. So write it down. Viruses are not under your hallmarks of life kasi there is no metabolism, no independent reproduction. So hindi sila kasama dyan. And viruses, in other words, they are known or described as at the edge of life. Edge, E-D-G-E. So that is the description of viruses. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Another definition of microbiology. So microbiology is the study of microbes. So when we say microbes, it is also known as microorganisms. Another term, they're also known as germs. And these germs or microorganisms or microbes, they can cause a disease. Okay. Next, from the word micro, when we say micro, very small. And it must be viewed under the presence of microscope. Next, microbes are mostly beneficial or have a neutral effect on our lives. So meaning not all microbes are producing disease or cause of a disease. But there are some microbes or microorganisms that are beneficial. Meaning, meron silang naibibigay na benefits sa human. Next, microbiology is also a scientific study of these microorganisms. And these microorganisms, you have defined it, organisms that are too small to see with the naked eye and includes yung mga microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, and viruses. But aside from that, it also includes the different algae, okay, and protozoa. So those are under your microorganisms. The next one, microbes are essential for life, okay, and microbes, they produce oxygen in the process known as your photosynthesis. So, kailangan natin ng mga microbes or microorganisms in our atmosphere or in the environment. Why? Most of them produces oxygen comparing sa mga plants. So, mas marami na produce na oxygen ang mga microbes or microorganisms. And this oxygen are usually needed for the survival of an organism, just like human. So, kailangan natin ng oxygen. Now, next, algae and cyanobacteria. They are known as group of photosynthetic bacteria that produces oxygen. So take note, pakilagyan ng ano yan. Algae and cyanobacteria. Next, most microbes, they undergo decomposition of dead organisms. Sa mga waste product yan. And when there is what you call decomposition of dead organism, they are known as decomposers or saprophytes. So when we say saprophytes, organisms that live on dead or decaying organic matter. So say for example, yung mga basura, okay? Pag nilagay nyo dyan, tinapon nyo. And then magdi-decompose. So doon titira yung mga organisms known as saprophytes. Aside from that, yung mga organisms na yung mga decaying organic matter, pwede silang maging fertilization. Okay? By returning inorganic nutrients to the soil. So, yung mga soil na pinag-aanuhan ng mga basura, maano yan? Anong tawag doon? Maraming nutrients. So, pwedeng igamitin yan sa mga pananim. Okay? Why? So, pwedeng maging malago yung mga plants because of the presence of decaying organic matter. So, that is the reason why yung mga organic or decaying matter will aid as an fertilizer. Pwede silang maging fertilizer or fertilization. Okay? So that is what you call a little background about microbes that produces oxygen with the process of photosynthesis. And group of photosynthetic organisms are usually algae and cyanobacteria, while organisms that live on a dead or decaying organic matter are known as saprophytes. Next. Small microorganisms will include yung mga the following. We have bacteria, algae, protozoa, fungi, and viruses. Now, the other term for microorganisms are usually known as microbes. So if you meet the word microbes, germs, or single-celled organisms, they are known as microorganisms. Okay, do you have any question up to this point? May question ba tayo?
Wala po, ma'am.
Hello, nandyan pa ba kayo? O tulog na? O kumakain na? Okay? Next,
Wala po, ma'am.
we have the word microbiology and microorganisms. So we'll take first the microorganisms. So microorganisms, lagi niyong tatandaan, they are living things. So we have here the different microorganisms, bacteria. Under bacteria, you have Eubacteria or Archaea bacteria. The next one is fungi. You have your yeast and molds, protozoa, microscopic algae, viruses, and parasitic worm. So, saan makikita ang mga algae? Where can you find the different microscopic algae? What are algae? Any volunteer from the group? Kaya biyag Natasha? Present ba?
Yes, ma'am.
What are algae?
Ma'am, yung mga yung mga parang lumot po na nabubuhay po sa mga anuan po ng tubig, ganun po.
Okay, yan yung lumot, algae. So mostly they are colored green. Pero meron din tayong algae that is colored red or brown. Okay. Yung fungi naman, yung molds. Ano yung molds natin? What are molds? Dumantay Janine? Ano yung mga molds? Hello? Present ba?
Amag po, ma'am.
Ano? Ano yung mga molds?
Amag po.
Saan makikita ang mga yan?
Sa walls po or pwede rin sa food.
Pwede rin sa food. Okay, siya yung type ng fungus. Okay, na mayroon silang hyphae or multicellular filaments. So usually, nakikita ang mga yan sa mga ang tawag doon, moist, yung palaging basa. Makikita yan sa food. What else? Sa mga sa mga animal, sa mga what do you call this? Yung mga what do you call this? The characteristics kasi ng mga molds, pwede silang reproduce via spores. So, makikita dyan sa mga, lalo na pag sa mga part ng na may palaging nababasa, mayroong mga molds. Yung mga pagkain, pag matagal na or expired na, mayroong mga molds kayong makikita. So, pag meron na siyang molds, hindi nyo na pwedeng kainin kasi hindi na pwedeng kainin yun. Pag nakain nyo yun, pwede kayong magkaroon ng diarrhea or loose bowel movement. Okay? So, yun ang mga microorganisms. Living things sila. Next, microbiology, so study of microorganisms. And meron tayong mga fields of microbiology. You will know the definition of that different fields, like example, virology, mycology, bacteriology, and so forth. Okay, next. Microorganisms and microbiology, there are two main themes, or in other words, they are divided into two. We have the basic, that is the cellular processes, applied, wherein it is concerned with the agriculture, industry, and health. So, yan ang basic. Later on, madidivide yan sa, makikita niyo yung mga components ng basic and applied. But before that, let's go first with dalawang category ng microbes. So, ang dalawang category ng microbes, you have acellular, cellular. Okay. What do you mean by acellular? What is the meaning of acellular? Apalis, Julia Rose. Any idea about acellular?
Acellular means not made of or divided into cells po.
Why cellular? How about cellular?
Cellular po is like the opposite of acellular, so it is divided into cells po.
Or in other words, when we say acellular, they do not possess or they do not have cellular structure. So kasama dyan ang viruses. So viruses are under your acellular. Okay, so in other words, yung acellular, they are also known as infectious particles. While cellular, microbes, also called microorganisms, just like your bacteria, archaea, protozoa, and some fungi. So pag cellular, meron silang mga different structure or cell organelle. Meron mga parts ng cell. Andun yung parts ng cell. Okay? Now, yung microbes din, it can cause a disease. That is your pathogenic or pathogens. And pag sinabing non-pathogenic microbes, they do not cause a disease. So not all microorganisms now cannot produce a disease. So there are some microorganisms that does not cause a disease. So tinawag sila non-pathogenic to man. And some of them, mostly na non-pathogens, are beneficial to us. Beneficial to us, why? Because they are needed in our human body. And microbes that help us, microbial allies, and those that harm us is known as microbial enemies. Okay. Pag may hinaharm tayo or endanger ang human, that is known as microbial enemies. Okay? Pero yung mga non-pathogens na microorganisms, beneficial sila. May mga benefits na naibibigay sa human body. Okay. Next. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, yung dalawang theme ng microbiology. So, basic, tapos applied. So, sa basic, kasama ang organism, process, and disease-related. Dito naman, disease-related, environmentally related, and industrial pag sa applied. So, under yan, it includes the food and pharmaceutical microbiology that is more on industry. Okay, parehas sila na may disease-related, but sa basic, it is more on etiology, while here in applied, it is more on infection control. How are you going to control the infection? So with the use of chemotherapy. Here, you will know the different signs and symptoms, the main cause of a disease. Okay, next. Scope of microbiology, or these are the different branches. So under pure science, meron tayong bacteriology, study of bacteria, phycology, study of algae, mycology, fungi. So from the word itself, you will notice that it will be study of bacteria, pag bacteriology, parasitology, study of parasites, virology, study of virus. Pag study of heredity and variations, that is genetic. Okay. Next, applied science. So we have the different microbiology, medical, pharmaceutical, industrial, food, soil, agriculture, aquatic, air, and epidemiology. Now, what is the meaning or what is your idea regarding medical microbiology? What are medical microbiology? Lopez Maria Faye. Ano sa tingin mo ang nasa medical microbiology? Andyan ba? Hello? Nawawala. Bambalan, Mary Bernadette. Bambalan? Wala na yata kayo lahat.
Ano yung question po, ma'am?
What can you say about medical microbiology?
Ma'am,
Ano
study po siya ng mga tiny germs po, parang mga nagkukos ng mga diseases sa mga tao po.
Nagkukos ng mga diseases. Okay. So, how about pharmaceutical microbiology? Antonio Marchan. Mr. Antonio? O, nawawala. Kawayan Charles Darwin? Kawayan Charles Darwin? Wala din. Garcia Jenilyn. Garcia Jenilyn. Oh, wala yata kayo lahat dyan. Hindi naman kayo nakikinig. Paano yan? Lanosa?
Ma'am, yung mga gamot po na ginagawa
Gamot. Okay.
sa
How about,
study po ng microbiology.
yes. How about industrial microbiology? Benitez, Margaret, Gwen. Industrial microbiology. How about industrial microbiology?
Ma'am, ito po yung parang from a biological process where microorganism convert raw materials po.
Raw materials. Okay, so let's have first the definition. The first one is medical microbiology. So, kanina, may idea ka yung sinabi mo. Why? Because it deals with the study of causative agent. What are the causative agent or what is the causes? Ano yung mga causes ng mga diseases, infectious diseases? Anong naging cause niya? Is it caused by bacteria, caused by virus, fungi, or other microorganisms? Yan ang tinatawag na medical microbiology. And this is related sa other discipline kagaya ng pathology, clinical medicine, pharmacology, and therapeutic. So from the word medical, it simply means what is the cause of a disease. Halimbawa, nagkaroon ka ng sakit, meron kang meron kang common colds. Ano ang naging cause nun? Okay, virus ba? Bacteria ba? O, pag nagkaroon ka ng infection, ano ang naging cause niya? Bakit nagkaroon ka ng infection? That is medical microbiology. Pag sinabi naman na pharmaceutical microbiology, tama yung sinabi din, it is responsible for the production, paggawa ng gamot, gaya ng antibiotics na mga tinitake natin pag may sakit, enzymes, mga vaccine, mga vitamins. That is known as pharmaceutical microbiology. It also includes kung paano ang method ng sterilization and disinfection sa paggawa ng gamot or in the preparation of a drugs. Okay? Next, yung kanina, industrial. Ay, agricultural microbiology. So, from the word agricultural microbiology, it simply means relationship ng microorganisms and crops. Ano yung mga crops dyan? Anybody from the group? Bustarte, Dayanara? Bustarte, Dayanara? Nandyan ba? Nawawala. Raffles, Angel.
Ma'am, sa mga pananim po.
Pananim, gaya ng? Anong mga pananim yan? Example, we have yung sa rice or palay, and then corn o kaya yung mga mais. Sabi dyan, relationship of microorganisms and crops. So, ibig sabihin, the emphasis for this is on the control of the plant disease. Kasi once na napasukan ng microorganisms, masisira yung mga pananim. So instead na malago yung pananim, mamamatay sila dahil doon sa microorganisms. Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na agricultural microbiology in order to study the relationship between microorganisms and crops. Okay? Next, aquatic microbiology. This is pertaining to the microorganisms and activities sa mga fresh and marine water, including sa lakes, river, and seas. It also includes water purification. Okay? So that is aquatic microbiology. Now, this time, most of our consumer o yung mga tao, they are not using the tap water. Ano ang ginagawa nila? They buy yung mga water na nag-undergo ng process. And they also drink with lahat na bottled water. Okay? So, mas safe daw yun kasi konti yung mga microorganisms compared sa tap water, yung sa kinukuha sa gripo or sa poso. Kasi one of the diseases pag nagkaroon ka na ng diarrhea or nagkaroon ka ng LBM, pwede ang maging cause nun is contaminated water. Next. Air microbiology. It pertains to aerosphere in contamination and spoilage of food. It also deals with the spreading of plant and animal disease through air. So sumasama yan sa air. Halimbawa, say for example, may leftover kayo na food and then nakalagay lang sa table and na-contaminate yon ng nagkaroon ng contamination dahil dun sa hangin o sa mga langaw, so pwedeng mapanis yung food. So that is air microbiology. And then we have another one, epidemiology. This is concerned about, it is concerned with monitoring, controlling, and spread of disease in community. So how are you going to monitor? How are you going to control or to prevent the spread of mga diseases in a certain community? Okay. Next. Let's go to the microbes in our lives. So some are pathogenic. Sabi nga natin, disease-causing. They produce through photosynthesis, yung sa oxygen or carbon dioxide. They have an important role in industry, in fermented food, and in produced product used in the manufacturing of and treatment. So sa mga drugs yan. So yan ang mga role ng microbes in our lives. So they are very important also yung mga microorganisms. Aside from pathogenic sila, pwede silang mag-cause ng disease. But they're also beneficial in our lives. Next. microorganisms and food. So, nandyan. It will prevent spoilage or napapanis. They also assist in manufacturing of food. Next, microorganisms and energy. Microorganisms and the future. That is for genetic engineering. So, microorganisms now, they do not only produce or cause a disease, but they are also important in assisting in the manufacture of food. What else? In the bioremediation in genetic engineering. Next, microbes and human disease. So bacteria were once classified as plants, which give rise to the use of the term flora for microbes. And yung flora now, the new term that they are using it is microbiota. And the latest is normal microbiota. Normal microbiota is the normal habitat. What do we mean by that? Microbes or microorganisms usually present in the human body. So what is the habitat? Say for example, your Escherichia coli. What is the normal habitat? Saan siya nakatira sa part ng katawan natin? Do you have any idea kung saan nakatira ang Escherichia coli? Saan ang habitat niya o normal microbiota sa body natin? Meron ba kayong idea?
Sa large intestine po.
Okay, sa large intestine. Sa mga intestine o kaya sa colon. How about Staphylococcus aureus? Saan? Staphylococcus aureus, saan? Usually sa skin. Kaya nga pag may infection, pag may sugat ka at hindi na treat, it can lead to infection and the causative agent. Ano ang nagkukos ng infection? It is Staphylococcus aureus. O pag may infection ka na, the first signs and symptoms is fever. Okay, next. So we will not discuss more on the two main major groups of organisms. Gaya ng prokaryotic, eukaryotic. So prokaryotic, single-celled, eukaryotic, multicellular cell. Na-discuss na natin to sa biochem. Ayan, paki-screenshot na lang yung mga characteristics nila. Ano ang difference nila? Okay. Next. Let's go to the family tree of microorganisms. So you have the primitive cells. They are divided sa eukaryotes, prokaryotes. So to discuss more on about prokaryotes, eukaryotes, sabi natin, simple cells ang eukaryotic, complex cells ang prokaryotic. So organisms without true nucleus are prokaryotic, organisms with true nucleus are eukaryotic. So may mga examples na dyan. Ang archaea at bacteria, prokaryotic, algae, fungi, protozoa, eukaryotic. But your viruses, they are not considered cells, but they are known as acellular. So they are not included on the family tree, ang virus. So hindi sila kasama sa family tree. Ang kasama lang, you have your bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa. Okay, next. Structure. So we will not discuss on this. Natapos na natin sa biochem. Next one, classification of bacteria. Okay. In your book, page 2, meron tayong mga classification dyan. So, nandyan ang Monera, Animalia, Plantea, ganon. Nandyan sa libro nyo. Next, types of prokaryotes. We have bacteria and archaea. So the difference between the two, the bacteria has a peptoglycan cell wall, while archaea lack peptoglycan. And then what else? The archaea, they can live in extreme environment. And sa bacteria, they undergo binary fission with regards to their reproduction. Okay, next. Types of eukaryotes, we have protozoa and algae. So protozoa, unicellular, algae pwedeng uni, pwedeng multi. So they have cellulose cell wall. Ito namang protozoa, their movement, pag nag-move sila, they use pseudopods or cilia or flagella. Example is amoeba. Next. Assigning specific names. So this is how are you going to name the microorganisms or nomenclature. So it includes generic and species. So from the word example, Staphylococcus aureus, ang generic yung Staphylococcus or the genus name, while yung species is the aureus. Oh, next. Ito na yung mga scientific name. So, Escherichia coli or E. coli, habitat intestine or colon. It was discovered by Theodor Escherichia. While your Staphylococcus aureus, on the skin, ang habitat. Staphylum meaning clustered, spherical meaning cocci, gold-colored colonies pag aureus. So that is the characteristics of Escherichia coli and Staphylococcus aureus. Next, traditional weight taker classification. This is in your book. So you have to read your book. We have Protesta, we have Plantaea for the plants, Animalia for the animals, fungi, kasama dyan ang yeast, molds, or mushroom. Then you have also prokaryotic as well as eukaryotic cells. So, pakibasa yun na dyan sa page 2 na 5 kingdoms. We have Monera, Protesta, Fungi, Plantaea, and Animalia. Under Monera, we have itong dalawa, Eubacteria and Archaea bacteria. Tapos, followed by Protesta, Fungi, Plantaea, and Animalia. Next. Taxonomy. Paano natin ang mga name, classify, identify microorganisms? So from the word taxonomy, you have to classify the living things. What family they belong? Anong kingdom? Anong phylum? Anong class? Anong order? Family, genus, and species. So I think this is discussed during your senior high or nung high school kayo. So we have first kingdom. Kingdom of what? Animalia, Plantaea, Protista, or what? Phylum, the class, the order, the family, the genus, and the species. Next, microbial structure. So this is the structure of the microorganisms. There are 2 cell lines, whether they are prokaryote, eukaryote. And we have their viruses. Those are your acellular or parasitic particles. So this is an illustration of prokaryotic, eukaryotic, and a virus type. So ito yung AIDS virus. So ang part ng AIDS virus, meron lang siyang capsid at saka nucleic acid plus envelope. So no more nor less na part ng cell. Compared sa eukaryotic, may mitochondria, ribosomes, cell membrane, nucleus, nucleolus, and meron siyang cytoplasm. Pag eukaryotic naman, ito lang yung part niya. So, hindi lahat meron sila. Okay, next. microbial classification. So, ang classification ng microbial, i-start natin sa bacteria. So, pag plural, bacteria. Pag singular, bacterium. Okay? Sa morphology niya, ano kaya ang size ng bacteria? Ano ang shape at saka cell arrangement? Ito yung mga shapes ng bacteria. Pwedeng spherical or coccoid bacteria, that is your cocci. Rod-shaped bacteria, bacilli. Curve or spiral shape, spirilla. So there are three: spherical, rod-shaped, curve. So we are done with the shapes. Let's go to cell arrangement. Pag cocci, they are arranged in 5: Diplococci, Streptococci, Staphylococcus, Tetrads, and Sarcinae. This is an example. Pag pair, this is your Diplococci. Pag single lang, coccus. Pag cluster, Staphylococcus. Pag chain, Streptococcus. Pag 4 packets, cocci, arrangement ng bacilli. Anong shape yan? Spherical. Ano yung bacilli? Rod shape. Okay? Next. Let's go to the second to the last or slide. Classification of bacteria on the basis of the relationship to oxygen and carbon dioxide. So what is the meaning of aerobe and anaerobe? Anybody from the group? Dison, Kimberly? Ano ang definition mo ng aerobe, anaerobe? O, mamaya, pag nag-check na ako ng attendance, nandyan na kayo lahat. Kalugay, shallow.
Ma'am, ito po yung need ng oxygen to survive and grow po.
Ano yon? Anong term yon?
Yung
Aerobe?
aerobes.
Yung anaerobe. Pag anaerobe na naman anong definition? Sabi mo pag aerobe, it requires oxygen. Anaerobe?
Hindi po kailangan ng oxygen.
Okay, walang oxygen. Now, we have here obligate aerobe. It requires an atmosphere containing oxygen concentration na usually found sa room air. That is 20 to 21% oxygen. So, mabubuhay dyan ang example ng microorganisms, yung Mycobacterium. Mycobacterium is the causative agent for pulmonary tuberculosis. Another one, microaerophilic aerobe, meaning it requires oxygen lower than that of room temperature or room air. So 5% oxygen. Anaerobe do not require oxygen for life and reproduction. Obligate anaerobe, it grow only in an environment that is anaerobic, wherein there is no oxygen. Next. Aerotolerant, anaerobe, do not require oxygen, grow better pag walang oxygen, but they can survive in atmosphere containing molecular oxygen or room air. Facultative anaerobe, capable of surviving in either the presence or absence. So meaning to say, meron o wala, mabubuhay ang facultative anaerobe microorganisms. And the last one, caprophytes, bacteria that grow better in the presence of increased concentration of carbon dioxide. Okay, this is our last slide. Now, do you understand the different sa aerobe or anaerobe?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Assignment. You're going to write it in a yellow paper. You have to search 5 microorganisms, at least 5 example of microorganisms that is called caprophytes. Another 5 that is known as facultative and aerobe. Another 5 that is known as aerotolerant. Next, another 5 for an obligate anaerobe. 5 examples of microorganisms that are anaerobe. 5 examples of microorganisms that are they belong to microaerophilic, and 5 also for obligate aerobe. You're going to write it on the yellow paper. That is your assignment to be submitted on Tuesday between 8 to 12 in the morning. Do you have any questions with regards to your assignment? Hello?
Wala naman.
And you read in your book about history of microbiology. History of microbiology. So you read chapter 1. Hindi pa tayo tapos sa chapter 1. Okay? So I will stop sharing. Mag-check na ako ngayon ng attendance. Okay? Present ba? Ani.
Present po.
Okay. Antonio?
Present po.
Present. Apalis?
Present po.
Bagusto?
Present po.
Bambalan?
Present, ma'am.
Belsa?
Present po.
Benitez?
Present, ma'am.
Mostarde?
Present po.
Kagig?
Present po.
Kalugay? Cielo?
Present po.
Kawayan?
Present, ma'am.
Kayabyab? Angel?
Present po.
Kayabyab? Natasha?
Present, ma'am.
Dison? Kimberly? Dison? Dumantay?
Present po.
Domingo?
Present po.
Lazar? Garcia Janeline?
Present po.
Gloria?
Present po.
Isla?
Present po.
Munyo?
Present po, ma'am.
Lanusa?
Present, ma'am.
Ite? Nakaroon ako maingay. Adi may maingay. Lopez?
Present po.
Makaraog?
Present po.
Manansala?
Present.
Miko?
Present po.
Pinuliar?
Present po.
Usadas?
Present po.
Prado?
Present po.
Raffles?
Present po.
Ramos? Hasmin?
Present po.
Rosuelio Edwin?
Present po, ma'am.
Resultay?
Present, ma'am.
Rizala?
Present, ma'am.
Santos?
Present po.
Ramundong? Valdez?
Present po.
And Valladares.
Present po.
Okay, so thank you. Pwede nang mag-leave.